Hey guys, it's a go back with another Trove video, and today is yet another type of guide video. Basically, as I read from the title, I'm gonna be explaining to you guys what main resources and materials that you need to farm in Trove. They're very essential because not only do they make you flux, and this is also for flux purposes, but you'll need them for crafting various amounts of things in this game that are essential to getting mastery and basically getting stronger in the game and progressing. So I'm over here in the Fey biome because that's just where I left off. But then I came across some shapestone, and I was like, okay, well, what a great time to start the video because shapestone, not I wouldn't say it's the best way of making flux, but it's definitely a core material that you need not only for making bombs, which are very important for endgame if you're a fast farmer. You need shapestone for pretty much everything in the game. So if you guys are new players who are watching, or even experienced players, it doesn't even matter. You probably already know this if you're an experienced player, but you new players, you need shapestone. It's the easiest thing to mine, but it's also, and it is the most abundant, meaning that on the marketplace, it doesn't cost that much to buy. So that's why I said it's not that good of a farming method or flux making method. Cause look at that, they're going for basically like 1 to 2 each. It's not worth farming. Getting 10,000 is about two hours of your time on Patreon Tuesday, which is mining. So basically, yeah, what I just farmed up right there, that wood is Enchanted Wood. Might as well bring that one up. I do not recommend farming those. Definitely don't recommend. I'm gonna go ahead and go over the prices every now and then for things that I don't know what to go for. Cause like Enchanted Wood, I don't really know where that goes for. But as you can see right here, one for 16 each, not worth it. Getting 1,000, you can only imagine how long that takes, and it's only for 16k, 17k. So as you can see right there, now obviously you do need every single resource in this game to craft stuff. That's just it's necessary. But I'm also doing this for flux purposes because when I tell you that not a lot of people and really nobody on the flux community, flux on the Trove community, there's nobody who really says anything new on how to make flux. They all say, "Oh, farm and grind U9 and get stellars." Like, what do they mean? Come on, the purpose of the guides and tutorials is not only for experienced players but for new players, and new players don't have enough magic find to even get stellars or radiance or even shadow fives. Like they don't understand because I've seen a couple of YouTubers thinking that farming higher ubers, getting stellars, radiance, and selling those. That's how you make flux, and it's just not. And then also you see the classic radiance shards farming, the mining. That's how you make flux, and it's so saturated. The flux market is saturated. And there needs to be new flux guides and a lot more other ways of making flux. Now I do know how to make flux, but I still need more testing on if it's better than the other ways like radiant shards. That's definitely the best way. But the thing is, it's only a viable farming method if you're doing it on a Friday. So aside from that, let's get back into the resources. I'm gonna go ahead and head into my bag over here. Go over sticky ichor. You don't really need that resource. You'll get it passively just by being in forbidden spires and also from being in the Feywilds from killing spiders and beetles. Now bleached bone, you're gonna want this for your dragon, your bone dragon. You get it from a bone dragon and various other mounts that would need this. These are a decent method of making flux. I believe. Let me go ahead. They're very costly. I remember when I bought my bone dragon, it costed a lot. Oh, wrong thing. It costed a pretty hefty penny to buy it with the bones. Oh, alright. No, this guy is just he's selling it for a low price. Actually, I could flip that. Uh, well, it wouldn't really be that big of a deal if I flipped it. I'd probably get like 5k profit. But we're not gonna worry about that. Anyway, yep, that's what Bleached Bone is mainly for, the dragon and some mounts in the game. But I don't recommend getting those things until you're really farther in mastery because there's a lot better stuff that you can get. Fairy dust. You get these by the Feywilds. It's in the biome that I'm at right now. These are so expensive. When I tell you that these are one of the most expensive materials, they are 61. Let's go ahead just to prove to you guys once again, because I don't know, the price always fluctuates. 50 each, but this goes for 80 each, 88 each. So if you farm for Feywilds, imagine just farming Feywilds a whole day. Now I don't know, maybe I should test that. Leave a like or just comment down below if you want me to test it. But this is a lot of flux. Oh, 1,000. I'm pretty sure 1,000 fairy dust is around 80k, 90k flux. So just think about that. Let that sink in. Not only that, but you need fairy dust for the pumpkin dragon and a lot of other things. It's a material that costs so much and is not in a high demand, or it is in a high demand, but there's not that many uh, resources, meaning you can make a lot of flux off of that. So robotic salvage, very cheap, not a good way to make a flux, but it's also used for a lot of things. So that's not something you would farm, you would just buy that. Meteorite fragments, they go for around 200 to 150 to 200 each. I would suggest you farm it, don't buy it. You can use it for a flux making method. It's a decent way. Radiant shards on Fridays, the best time to farm these. These are used for rune crafting. You can make costumes. You can make a shadow hunter off the chaos crafter with these. Various other mounts and wings and stuff like that. Actually, I don't know about wings, but a lot of other things for radiant shards. Radiant shards are definitely a main material you are gonna want. Golden seashells, you don't really need that aside from being in the treasure isles and making like fishing rods and stuff like that and boat sails. Blank scrolls, you need it for rune crafting. Basically, if you come across a recipe dungeon, do it. Always do those. If you really want to get rune crafting up, that's free mastery, so get that. Shapestone, we went over that. Formicite, useless ore unless you're a builder. If you're a builder, you're probably going to want Formicite. Infinium, farm Infinium because you need a dragon fragment that you get from Infinium. Other than that, Infinium is not really used for anything else except crafting certain stuff, but just buy Infinium. Just buy the Infinium. If you have Infinium left over from farming the dragon fragments that you get, then you just use that. Other than that, we move on to Primordial Flames. Another main resource that you need in this game, especially for bombs. You need it for a lot. Actually, I think you need it for like a couple of dragons. You need it for your Primordial Dragon, which you get from a diamond dragon egg. You need it for a Primordial Dragon. Actually, no. No. I think you need Fire Gem Dust. I'll go check on that later. But you need it for a lot of stuff, Primordial Flames. And they go for about 35 to 40 each. It fluctuates all the time. And that's a lot of flux. So 100 is about 4,000. I think I did that right. Yeah, that's about the price. So 100 Primordial Flames would grant you 4,000 flux. I'd say you get about 110 minutes. So if you think about it, you probably get about 500 to 600 Primordial Flames an hour, which will equivalent maybe 30k or so an hour. It all depends on how fast you do it. So I'm just like kind of estimating the math. But anyway, let's move on to Cinnabar. You don't need it except for ring crafting and making the Phoenix mount, which I finally got after so much time of grinding. Where is it? Oh, it's undercrafted. The Phoenix mount, it's pretty beautiful. It's majestic. But I do not recommend farming it, especially because on the PS4, or I don't know if it's like this on the Xbox or PSE, but on the PS4, the wing effects are really screwed up. It's pretty disgusting. But yeah, that's all you need Cinnabar for. You need 2,000 Cinnabar to make that Phoenix. And it's used for ring crafting. Crystallized Clouds is for rune crafting. And I believe if you farm Crystallized Clouds, you get the Nimble Nimbus, which is a mount. So that's free mastery. Somber Souls. Not too fond of this. Like, I don't really see this material used a lot. But, I mean, don't quote me on that. Other than that, it's not a good way to make a flux. Plus, they're very rare to find. Diamond, you use those for ring crafting. They're not rare at all. You don't really need that resource unless you're ring crafting. Shadow Diamond is used for for resplendent boxes. But diamonds, they're really used. Well, actually, no. Diamonds, you use that for your Starlight Dragons. So if you need your Starlight Dragon, go ahead and make some diamonds. Shadow Diamond, useless. Celestial Diamonds you use to make stellar and radiant rings. Mushroom chunks, you find them around the world. Again, you use them for a lot of things, crafting. So most of the materials around here in the gardening, except for sunlight bulb, rich fertilizer, you're just gonna use all these materials for crafting stuff. You know, they're all used for crafting stuff. That's basically how it is. But I'm making this video to explain what's worth farming instead of buying. So mushroom chunks you could farm, but you're gonna want to buy because they're so cheap in the market. Bottles, I do not know, so we're gonna go ahead and search up because bottles they're not farm. I mean, like they're not really used that much either. Because you could just you could plant bottles. They go for 25 each. That's not that bad. I don't think that's that bad. 1,000 for 34K on a gardening day. You could plant 1,000. I guess that's not bad at all. But I don't see too many people wanting bottles. I don't know why you would want bottles. Anyway, let's move on to wild cupcake. You get these obviously from the candy biome. I believe you would just buy these. Honestly, you could just buy these. Anything that you farm off of the enemies in the biome, pretty sure you should just buy it except the fairy dust. That's just unbelievable. I think I spelled that wrong. You can the price is different on every single console anyway, so do not take my prices that I have on PS4 into your console, like, in your system. It's not going to be the same most likely. Enchanted Wood, I explained this. Just buy it. It's used for crafting. Sunlight bulbs, you get it from Peaceful Hills. You go ahead and you pick up the sunlight bulbs. You have a chance of getting a dragon fragment, which is this dragon. I'll show you guys real quick. It's the Petalura. I butchered that, but it's a flower dragon. This is what you get. It's called the Floral Dragon Egg Fragment. And you get these. So if you want, it's a very mediocre way of making flux, if I'm honest. Sunlight bulb, radiant shards, mediocre. Flipping is the best way of making flux, in my opinion. Until you get to like higher magic find, obviously you can start farming U9, but again, I told you it's not good. I don't know why they recommend that, or like, oh yeah, you can make flux, but you really can't. As a new player or mid-game player, you can't. You need about 1,000 magic find and up, and plus you're gonna need Patron, which gets you to like 2,000 and up, so you actually even get a stellar drop. So just disregard any of those. It's fake. You're not gonna make a lot of flux off of those, like the 90K an hour. That's probably not gonna happen. But the new Christmas update that's coming, you could probably start making it a lot of flux if you would get what's new as fast as possible. So yeah, anyway, sunlight bulbs, you need these for gardening. Pumpkins, that doesn't matter because fall is about to end. So, but anyway, you would need that. For a dragon, you only need 6 pumpkins. They only come in the fall. You plant them in the fall. Rich fertilizer, you need that for gardening. You can only make them with sunlight bulbs, and you have to plant them, and then after an hour you pick them up, and then all this is for forging. I shouldn't really need to go in depth in it because this is for forging your gear up, but you're probably not going to want to forge your gear up. If I'm honest, just save up flux and buy a stellar. Just save up flux and buy a stellar. Do not forge your gear up. Do not buy souls. It's a waste of time, and it's a waste of flux, especially waste of extra flux. And that is basically it for the materials. Over here is just some extra. I got some adventurines, some chaos cores. All these are just some extra materials you don't really need to worry about. You know, you got your gem dust, you know, all this. But that's basically it. That's all the materials, and I went in depth of what's really worth farming and what's really worth buying, and what at all, like, on what it's used for. So if you guys like the video, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to comment down below on what you thought about the video. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.